Welcome to my latest design, a single TC solo duo trio self-defendable bunker base that can be built both on PC and on console. Welcome to the Big X. Coming into one of two entrances, you've got a box for Dropbox storage, as well as a roof peak thingamajiggy to deal with any friendly players that think it's a good idea to come and introduce themselves. Under here you have an oil refinery, and unlike most bases that have them here, the HQM wall behind it leads to another HQM wall, and not the core. Going into the base through the armoured door, you can turn around and make an airlock with the two double doors. And if you're thinking, well, that's a bit of a pointless airlock, then you'd be absolutely correct. You have a locker near the entrance just in case. And as you can see, you've got a load of garage doors, some left open to navigate the tour quicker. There's two jump ups either side of the base, left and right of it, with 5 box loot rooms underneath them. So we jump up past the mixing table onto the second floor. Above this shelf is an extra little peak, because you can never have too many peaks. And the jump opposite is a mirror image of this one. To the right you've got a 4 box loot room to split your loot, and to the left you have one of 3 bedrooms, fully kitted out with a locker and a pointless DLC item that you'll never use. That concludes the tour of the second floor. Now let's jump up to the shooting floor. The shooting floor is super secure and wide open for great mobility. To the front and the back of the base you have what I call Gorliak peaks. They're not called that, it's just that I've seen them use them once. You can't get up and down from these, and you get a great angle of the front and back of your base. Some people prefer to use double doors. If so, that's fine. Just make sure the roof piece in front is upgraded to metal. Here in front of the 4 single doors you have peaks that are currently blocked off by garage doors that are also protecting your auto turrets. If you are a console player, then well, first of all I'm sorry for that, but you can use these doors with a door controller and switches. And if you're a PC player, well, you can use the new siesmic sensor with the smart switch and Rust Plus, making this base self-defendable while you're fast asleep in bed. And of course you can't get up and down these peaks either, and they work as peaks on their own. So if you want to ditch the auto turrets and the garage doors, you can use these as standalone peaks. Again, these peaks here are mirrored on the opposite side of the base, and are really good for seeing just a bit further afield than your other peaks. The jump up to the roof can be a bit annoying at first, but when you've done it once it's easy enough. And this is the lower part of your roof. You see a double door in front of you here, and in that double door you've got a bedroom with a rack and your vending machine. That would be your second bedroom. And opposite it you've got a full bedroom. That's making 3 bedrooms in total for a trio base. Obviously if you're not a trio, if you're solo duo, you can use them for whatever. Okay, here you've got these turret pods. I don't know who designed these turret pods, but they are the best in Rust. If anybody does know who designed them, let me know and I'll credit them in the description, because they are absolutely brilliant. So this here is your upper roof, and you've got 6 auto turrets in total for this base. So you don't actually need 2 wind turbines, but I've used 2 because they look better on the eye, because they're equal. So now let's go back into the base, and this time we'll go down into core. So coming through where I left the garage doors open, you've got another loot room here. This loot room can hold 7-8 boxes, that's too small. And you've got a box up there, or a barrel. And then down into core, you can see here you've got everything in the core that you'd need: electric furnaces, spawn points, bags, boxes, blah de blah de blah. Here, this is where you have your auto turret smart switch, and you can hear the garage doors raising now and the auto turret's coming on, and now you can hear them turning off. And here is your bunker, right behind your vending machine. Pop any item in the vending machine to get rid of the rotate you see there, and you can get to your TC easily. So here's the Upkeep. It's a bit high on metal, but it's what you expect on a single TC base of this size. Hopefully you're still with me. If you are, let's get building. Starting off with a square foundation, a triangle foundation, and you wall them all in, besides a double door just here at the front. Then upgrade everything to stone. Pop your double door down, and just here you want a single door made out of twig only. Place your TC to the left hand side as far as it will go, and as close to you as far as it will go while it's still behind the twig door. Just like so. So it should look like that. Then delete the twig because we will need to get back behind the twig door to do some upgrading. If you upgrade the twig door, we won't be able to reach to upgrade. Okay, then we come outside, we make a square, 2 triangles, and by the way, that first square and triangle is your starter base, and this is the extension of your starter base. And now you're 2 doors away from TC. I'm now going to go ahead and upgrade to its final materials, and from here I'll do everything in its final grade. And this is how it should be looking now. Well, actually you won't be looking like that now because you won't have all that HQM, but you know what I mean. So now we're going to go and put the first jump up on, and we go around with 3 triangles. I imagine most of you have done these type of jump up before in the 2x1s. Put a shelf up for your jump up and upgrade the walls. I have 2 triangle ceilings on. Excuse the helicopter, I will get rid of it in a minute. And we put our door facing this way with a half wall and a shelf for extra storage. So the door looks a bit weird going in that direction, but that gives you a longer raid path going through doors. Okay, the minute's now gone. We're going to put a square here and a half wall and another square. Then put 2 walls around it with the hard side facing outwards. Delete that one and upgrade. So what we've got here is like a sunken loot room. And we're going to do exactly the same on the opposite side and exactly the same on the back. I'm going to speed this up while I'm doing it because you don't want to watch the same thing 3 times in a row, I'm sure, or at least watch it at the same speed 3 times in a row. And we do the same on the back. Okay, coming to the front now, you want a square. Do not upgrade that square under any circumstances. A triangle, 2 triangles on the side, and 2 squares adjacent to the first square. So it looks like that. You can then upgrade all the squares around the middle square and wall this in. This of course is creating your jump up. We'll delete this middle square because that's where your oil refinery will go in a second. Okay, these only need to be upgraded to stone. Save on resources. And wall yourself in. And then you want 2 walls on the inside with the hard side facing. It really doesn't matter. We'll face it in. And then we put 2 roof pieces on. Normal, not triangle. and upgrade them to stone. We'll pop a triangle on here. And do not close this off. Well, you can do, it's not a big deal, but do not close this off until you put your oil refinery in. It's not a big deal if you do. You can still do it. And then once you put your oil refinery in, then wall it off. It just gives you somewhere to stand and it's slightly easier. It's not a big deal if you forget and wall it in. You can still get the oil refinery down. So now we're creating our entrance with 2 double doors and a single door. And these 2 windows are upgraded just there. And we're going to put a ceiling on this. Pop your double doors on. And your single door, which will hopefully further on the white be an armoured door. And then as soon as you can, pop some rugs down. The rugs just stop you from falling in between that gap. It's actually quite hard to fall through the gap, but it's just for a peace of mind. And then as you can see on the front, where we put these 2 triangles, here, on the opposite side, we need to replicate that on the back, because the base is symmetrical. So you want a triangle there and a triangle there. That's just replicating what we did on the front, but obviously we don't have a jump up on the back of the base, because we don't need one. So now it's time to get your first floor down, or second floor if you're American, and say it incorrectly. And basically we're just going to wall it all in. Very simple. Don't forget this triangle on the back of your jump up. And that's how it'll look. And with some clever editing, that's it upgraded. So now we'll come to the squares. We put a sunken ramp into each of them, and we'll upgrade that ramp to metal. And then we're going to put a half wall and a shelf on, and a triangle shelf there. That'll give you plenty of room for boxes. You can have boxes on the triangle shelf and the ramp underneath it. And the one on the back we're going to do exactly the same, except for the one on the back you can put a ceiling on it as well, because we're not going to have the one at the back as a jump up, otherwise it will make us too vulnerable from a top-down raid. And then we can put a lid on all these except for these 2 squares at the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the base. And upgrade all these to sheet metal. Don't know what that's doing there, doesn't belong there. Now we're going to finish off the internal of the first floor. I'll fast forward some of this so you're not bored watching it. So here is where your battery is going to go, but make sure you put a battery there before you put the window, otherwise it'll be very hard to place. Now here you can put a wall, or you can put a window. I put a window in the intro, I'm going to use a wall now. All depends on how secure you want it. I don't think there's a big difference, so it's up to you. And then we just put the double door frames down. And this is where I'll speed it up. Okay, now for the second floor, and this is what I think is the fun bit of the build of the base. You want 2 windows and a wall at the back, half wall and a shelf. That just gives you an extra peek out. Make sure that that shelf is sheet metal. And we're going to do the same on the opposite side. Window, window. Wall, half floor, shelf. Okay, we're going to wall in from the triangles, back and front, and upgrade them to sheet metal. And put the ceilings on. Now you can cap in all the squares for the jump ups, because we're going to have a triangle ladder hatch for the next jump up. This is where we're going to have it. Doesn't matter which way it's facing. And here you want a half wall and 2 triangles to make a shelf. And this is going to be a 4-box loot room. Make sure that you put your boxes in before you put the window on. I say that every time, I've just never tried. It might be easy, I don't know. It might be easy to put the boxes in after. Okay, this is your bedroom. Obviously I won't kit it all out, it'll be here forever. I'll make sure these have got garage doors on them. That's quick, simple. 2nd floor completed. These are better off going on the outside, as you can see. And for some reason I got a backwards wall. Pro builder. Shooting floor now, and this is a lot less complicated than what you might believe. You want a half wall here. I upgrade this to metal in the intro. It can actually be stone, because even if they do soft side it, they're not going to get anywhere, or you're not going to lose anything. But as I had it metal in the intro, I'll leave it metal in this one too. And as you can see there, you can see the triangles at the sides down there. And this is what we're going to have garage doors coming off. I can explain that better in a minute. Let's do these first. You put half walls down here on the 2 squares, followed by windows at the top. Upgrade them all. And stick a roof down there, like so. And then here, we're going to go around here and we're going to put 2 frames and a triangle frame. Triangle frame and 2 twig frames just to shake things up, because that's the way we roll. And then we're going to upgrade them. Yes, in hindsight, I should have put this on 2.5 speed, but I didn't. Now we're going to put a single door on each of these. It doesn't matter if you put the single door first or the triangle pieces on the outside. In fact, it's probably easy if you put the triangle piece on the outside first. And you can see you crisscross them. This, of course, is quite a well-known peak in Rust now. And here's where you're going to pop your auto turrets down, once you're obviously ready to, on each of these triangles here. So that's giving you 4 auto turrets in total on the triangles. And then your garage doors. Make sure the garage doors are facing outwards. They face outwards because they impede your vision from your peak downs if the roller's looking inwards. So come onto the shooting floor. Pop your garage doors on. And we're going to put a roof on this. I'm going to section this part off just for a bit of extra security, and obviously put the doors on, put the single doors on as well. People can't get up and down them, but they can be soft-sided if you don't have the single door. Obviously only soft-sided if you don't have the garage doors on there yet. You know what I mean. And then we're going to put a ceiling on this. And we're going to put a lid on these 2 squares now. And your embrasures. And on your embrasures on these ones, they go on the inside, unlike the other one where we put them on the outside. Just gives you that bit of extra vision from that angle. And now we get onto the roof. So you want 3 walls. And make a bedroom out of it. Or you can have this as whatever you like. If you're not a trio, you don't need 3 spawn points. Have whatever you like up here. On this side we'll do slightly different. You're going to put 2 walls and a single door frame in the middle, because this is where your vending machine is going to go. And notice the difference in materials for the vending machine room, because you want it to be at least 8 rockets to raid. Okay, pop your vendor in. And then you want a double door frame there, just give you a bit of extra security in case anyone gets on your roof. And make sure that's a garage door. That first one can be a double door, or it doesn't matter. And then you have a ladder this side and a ladder this side, so you can get onto the top. And here we have the turret pods, which are absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to speak through these, I'm just going to let you watch. I think it's easy just to watch. And we're going to mirror that exactly the same on the opposite side. Not much left to do now in the build. We're going to put a half wall there, and at the side of it 2 triangles facing outwards, and that triangle facing inwards. That triangle has to be facing inwards, otherwise the drone won't be able to get to your vending machine. And very lastly, we will just pop these windows into place and we'll put the bunker in, because I know I haven't put the bunker in yet. But putting the bunker in is self-explanatory. You just put a vending machine in the hole. You put your door down, upgrade that, and put your vending machine in. There you go, job's a good one.